Well, as you can see, I did not visit the tree. You know, this dead thing heading up into the abyss, or heading up towards the sky. I have such a large area here, and although it's only supportive, I just decided to jump into it because why not? So that's what we're doing right now. It was good, it felt good to get these shapes in. I'm using, right now I'm just using ultramarine blue and yellow ochre. Laying some semblance of grass in the foreground. I made a bit of a mistake here. I suppose it would survive if I didn't change it, but see how this rock lays here and meets the grass? I really should have the odd clump of, you know, a few blades of grass or ground cover covering this line to indicate that it is, you know, to firmly indicate that it's standing in front of where this rock, this bedrock sits. So that's okay, I'll get back to that. I've done it here, and I changed the shape of this rock, and in doing so I forgot that I wanted to do that, just to show a bit of grass coming through. This rock is all ultramarine blue, raw umber, and white. Until we get to about here, then we start to add a little bit of burnt sienna in there as well. Actually, there's a stroke with a bit of burnt sienna in it as well. It's a very subtle change, but it does add to the painting. You know, it definitely makes things a little richer. Every time you can add a little color, you know, you don't have to beat the painting to death with color, but there's no harm in keeping it interesting. So my tree comes down with a curve like this. Then we hit this bedrock, and then the curve opposes the other one. So I think that provides for a nice balance between the two. And although this line is here, where I'm going to catch the soft glow of light on this grass, it's actually, I'm planning to make it sort of do this, to oppose this. So it's you know, the whole painting has its shape and notion and music to it. Even in this, what would you call that? Sort of the microcosm of design, even in the lower quarter of the painting, it still helps to pay some attention to that design. You know, you don't just want to go willy-nilly and fill things in. You want to give things thought. And that's just what I'm trying to do. It's a big area. It might be boring for you to watch, but it's necessary for me to do. Well, if you paint, it's necessary for you too. It's just, you know, maybe it's not as rewarding as the focal area, or as rewarding as the grand and most interesting shapes in the painting. But it's equally important to pay attention to these spots. And I have a lot of grooming to do in the foreground here as well. Anyway, another short video. Just thought I'd touch base and say hello. I think I might even title this video "Don't Watch It," because you'd probably be bored with it. It's so funny, well, it's funny, not haha funny, just odd, that I have such intense color up top that if I show the painting as a whole in the frame of the camera, that intense light will blind you to all the rest of the colors in the painting. So that's why for the moment we're just focusing. I've got it focused on this little area. But it is. It's amazing how much more intense the light is in this painting when you stand in front of it. Literally, any painter will attest to that. No camera will do the justice. Just like in nature, you know? You take a photograph of something that you think is so grand and incredible and powerful and beautiful. And then, well, these days things are different, but it used to be, you'd get home and you'd develop your film, and you look at the photos later, and it just didn't do it justice, didn't do the scene justice. And that's because the periphery, you know, everything around it is missing in that particular photograph. I might touch a little light to these rocks as well. I might touch a little bit of light in places very selectively, but they have to remain toned down. And I'm just going to keep playing off to the right hand side of the painting. And as blinding as this will be for you, I'm still going to back up and square off the camera. So that you can see the composition as a whole. I'm very happy with the bottom. I think it's coming together, the design of the rocks, all of that I think is coming together very nicely. Again, you know, this is this is very bothersome. It looks so unnatural. Just ignore that, okay? Because that's going to change. The gist of it is good. The specifics of it are not. Okay. Orange ball. Orange ball. And now that I'm getting the foreground in as well, I see that the water is going to need a little more work than I originally anticipated. It's okay, I'm just jumping around the painting, developing things as needed. Yeah, there's a lot of little points of interest at the bottom, but they're all low value. The colors of the paint are all low value, so they will not compete with anything else. It'll just provide a good foundation. See you guys. Happy Easter. Actually, I guess it's a bit early for that. See you soon.